Climate Change Scorecard, a social accountability tool for promoting good governance to secure life and livelihoods of climate change affected areas. Climate change is now a reality and has far-reaching consequences across the globe. South Asia is among the most vulnerable spots to feel the pinch of the global weather aberrations. The burden is felt more by the agrarian communities whose livelihood security is solely covered by farming. Extreme weather events vitiate the natural cycle and totally dislodge the prime occupation of millions of small and marginal farmers. In the skewed weather situations, most often crops fail with pitiably low yields or none at all. Crop-based livestock farming and aquaculture also meet with such serious effects. Farmers' prime economic activity is thus hit hard. Farmers' health also takes a severe beating, and their mass migration to less affected regions compounds the worsening crisis. The bulk of the population in South Asia relies heavily on agriculture for livelihood, but with variability in the monsoons, water scarcity due to global warming, shortage of water for agriculture, human beings and livestock face one of the biggest challenges for the region. These will of course be confounded with developmental problems such as overuse of groundwater, water pollution and salinity. While mitigation and developing along a low-carbon pathway are important, adapting to living in a warmer world is becoming critical. The coastal regions and rice belts have, in the recent years, witnessed the grave consequences wrought by climate change. Farmers in the Kaveri Delta of Thanjavur district in the South Indian state of Tamil Nadu have, for instance, sad tales to share. They are victims of climate change, and they have seen how things are turning away with fluctuations in the seasonal rains and protracted droughts. Interestingly, they are also aware of some realistic solutions to get to grips with this intriguing situation. Farmers committing suicides are on the rise. More farmers are moving out of agriculture. Around 90% of the youth in the Delta districts have migrated to other districts. Non-availability of timely labor makes agriculture difficult. Farmers are unable to do farming and are struggling hard to survive. On the same note, the rise in ocean temperature severely crippled fish catch and also led to bleaching of coral ecosystems, which harbored sizable fish population.
The project Climate Resilience and Adaptation in South Asia,
assessing vulnerability to climate change and integrating that knowledge with inclusive low-carbon pathways is critical, especially for developing countries such as India. Various methodologies to assess vulnerability along with approaches and strategies for adaptation are being developed. Mr. R. Suresh, Director, Public Affairs Center, adds,
The Public Affairs Center was founded on the premise that making citizen experience available to those in charge of public service delivery in a systematic and honest manner would greatly enhance the value of those services and provide inputs, necessary inputs for the correction of deficiencies in those services.
The Public Affairs Center is a think tank which has been developing citizen-centric social accountability tools since 1994. Now, 20 years down the line, the Public Affairs Center has a great bank on the social accountability instruments and tools, one of which is Citizen Report Card, for which we are internationally known. Climate change in itself is a distressing phenomenon to all of us who are concerned about the state of environment. It is man-made, man-created, and really we are all hoping for solutions to this phenomenon, which is going to engulf us in the decades to come. But at the Public Affairs Center, we are even more distressed that citizen voice has not been included in the great debates on climate change that range across the world. How to quantify citizen experience with climate change so that it becomes an important and useful input for those who design the policies to mitigate the effects of climate change is the new paradigm. This was the heart of the thinking that went behind the design of the climate change scorecard that the Public Affairs Center had developed. This is only a beginning, and we do hope that this becomes a very important beginning that will spread across the globe as citizen voice has come out in strength and add value to the debate on climate change that is raging currently internationally. The Environmental Governance Group within PAC has undertaken studies in Gulf of Mannar region, covering Thoothukudi and Ramanathapuram districts, and Kaveri Delta, covering Thanjavur district. The unique feature of CCSC are that it is a bottom-up inclusive method and offers citizens the space, mechanism and opportunity to offer their experiences to formulate and implement climate change policies. As it is an integration of social science research with technical research, it leads to research cum action on the ground. It also levels the field, placing equal values on scientific opinion and experiences of those affected and pragmatic realities of implementing programs focused on adaptation to climate change. The specific purpose of the study is to assess the vulnerability of fishery, palmyra and agricultural livelihoods to variations in climate and evaluate the responsiveness of the policies and schemes of the government of Tamil Nadu to facilitate this process of adaptation. The climate change scorecard was developed by modifying the DFID livelihood framework by adding governance as a capital. Mr. J. Jungal, Head, Environmental Governance Group, Public Affairs Center, says,
Public Affairs Center, Bangalore has taken up a study titled Climate Change Adaptation Resilience in South Asia. This study was done from February 2014 to September 2014. The study focused on understanding the impact of climate change on agriculture using a social accountability tool called Climate Change Scorecard.
CCSC process includes input tracking as step 1, which helps understand the real situation on the ground. This is done by using participatory rural appraisal methods such as social and resource mapping, service and opportunity map, trend analysis, force field analysis and livelihood analysis. These participatory exercises were done with the fishermen, palmyra tappers and agriculture communities in the selected areas in the study villages, which have brought out community perception about climate change impacts and governance response with regard to agriculture. A detailed regulation analysis related to fisheries, palmyra and agriculture was undertaken to understand how the programs and schemes are implemented to address the needs of these communities in the study villages. Climate data was analyzed to understand the trends in rainfall and temperature. Step 2 is selection of indicators related to livelihood capitals based on the findings from different PRA exercises. Step 3 is vulnerability assessment by farmers, officials and other stakeholders from academia and civil society in the Delta region. Step 4, scenario, planning was undertaken using governance and livelihood capitals by the communities. Step 5 is to bring all the stakeholders together in an interface meeting to come out with action plan to address the issues identified. Step 6, culminating the process. A policy discourse was held to sensitize the concerned officials and elected representatives about the issues that emerged from the study and possible resilience measures that can be implemented as suggested by the communities. In view of the Public Affairs Center integrating the concerns of communities in an organic fashion through community-centered governance is the best way to address many of the issues of climate change, as we believe that local communities have a vast knowledge and practical solutions to offer that are very local and easy to inculcate in their daily lives. What is required is an instrument that allows them to consolidate all their knowledge, connect it with the vast nebula of regulations and laws that apply to their lives, and empower them to engage with the governance structure in a constructive and result-oriented manner. CCSC is a bottom-up inclusive method which is unique as it integrates social science research with technical research. The method is also unique as it leads to research plus action on ground, as we at PAC believe in leaving something behind with the community. The process of CCSC empowers and enhances citizen voices. The local communities could have dialogue with governmental agencies and effectively have their say in the evolution of suitable policy and programs for effective climate adaptation. It is not merely the number that counts, but the content and consensus generated on various issues raised through the dialogues that matters. In essence, CCSC is a knowledge product that harvests people's opinion and connects them to quality of governance, is to enhance the resilience in climate change affected regions such as coastal and river deltas.